And now that we mentioned, another interesting match that comes to mind from a little bit before that was when Hulk Hogan came in and they had you guys work a program with the Nasty Boys. And I got to ask on your end, what was that like for you and Bubba working with the Nasty Boys?
Well, I didn't have a problem with the Nasty Boys. I got along with them. I just know that they weren't in shape, and this is where the bickering between TNA and I had, because we were locked into a deal with Japan. TNA had promised Japan and everything that they were going to use us in a certain way, and they were okay with it. So when you tell a Japanese something, they take it as honor.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden Hogan comes in and Dixie says, "Oh, we want you guys to work the Nasty Boys." And we're like, "When?" "Well, we want you to come back to the States." And we're like, "We're in Japan." They gave us the belts to come back to the US and defend them over here in the US. And they even allowed us to drop them to the British invasion. And we got them back by the time we went back to Japan. But, they allowed us to do all of that. And it's almost like they were screwing the Japanese, like they didn't care. They just wanted somebody to work the Nasty Boys. They didn't care about the relationship that they were causing, the rift between TNA and Japan. And I just remember saying, "This is not right. This is wrong." And I knew, when you screw over the Japanese, that ain't good, because they don't forget. They don't forget. And sure enough, they told TNA that we were going to use the Dudleys. And I think this was sometime in December. We're going to use the Dudleys from the time they come back in January to May. We had a program we want to do with them. And of course, we said yes. And then all of a sudden we had to say no, because TNA wanted us to work the Nasty Boys. And I just remember being pissed and saying, "We're never going to go back to Japan." I said, New Japan is pissed. So we had to drop the belts and go out. And I just remember it was just bad. It was just bad business. And that was just one of the reasons why I was pissed off with the powers to be at TNA at the time, because it cost us a boatload of money, and for something that didn't even last, just for the pay-per-view, and it shouldn't even happen, because Knobs wasn't ready to be in that ring. Neither one of them were ready to be in that ring at the time. And I think they just threw him in because they were, Hogan's buddies.